milk, honey. He's gonna drink his milk and then come out, okay? Hey, baby. Are you okay?
Buy 10 of these.
Okay, honey.
Buy 10.
You want 10 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of
Okay. Listen. We have the pizza we always get, the thick and fluffy French toast. I got some lint rollers, orange juice, can of beans, pineapple for the pizza, strawberries here, bread, a ton of milk, 5 hours, macaroni and cheese, pasta, 2 cranberries, some chocolate, some of this frozen rice I always get, some of these frozen meals I always get. They finally have the whole wand so I can put it in the other bathroom instead of carrying the other wand back and forth to the bathrooms. And then some baby wipes. We got a bunch of baking soda. My Walmart didn't have the huge bag. We do baking soda bombs. We're going to do our last baking soda bombs probably this weekend because the weather's obviously going to start getting colder. But this weekend is going to be like 80, I think. It's the last hurrah, I think, before fall comes. I mean, it's technically fall, but you know what I'm saying. Tissue, Band-Aids, flushable wipes, string cheese. She just kicked back. The sausage finally. Oh, I meant to give my mom the other sausage because we don't like it. Baby, that's gonna get your toes. Don't stack on top of that. That's crooked. You see that candle? Hand me that candle. Some gallon bags. Yeah, those are heavy. Some medical tape I always keep on hand. Chicken thighs over here. We're decorating for fall, so it's kind of messy in here. A gigantic Nesquik.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me!
That was close. You okay? Okay. Granola bars, crushed tomato, pasta sauce. Baby! Got a big bag of the rice here, the microwavable rice. Some bird's eye microwavable vegetables. Lots of TV dinners for myself. I think I'll just tie in the weight loss, what I eat in a day, to this video and make it an all-in-one. They still don't have yogurt pouches, honey. They keep yeah, they don't have any. I don't know where the yogurt pouches in this world are, but they're gone. They don't have any, yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is the 3rd week they don't have any. Got a new one. This is a new flavor, chicken carbonara. It's probably pretty good. These are pretty good. They don't have any yogurt pouches, honey. A couple more dinners for me. And then chicken Alfredo and penne. That looks good. That's a new one also. He fell off the table, yeah. We have another cranberry juice over here. And another TV dinner here. Okay. So that's, oh, and wipes, did I say wipes? I don't remember what I spent. Only about $200, $300 maybe. What, Josiah? You need some orange juice? And we have some chicken thighs also. I'm getting your orange juice, baby. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. To film this video for a very long time, since the last time I put out a video. I said that I was going to do a video about what I'm doing for my weight loss, but I'm just going to connect it to this one because I just haven't got the time. I'm prioritizing different things, and YouTube isn't one of them right now, although I'm really trying. I usually just am like, whatever, I won't post, but I care because a lot of you actually do enjoy my videos for whatever reason. I'm always really surprised when people say that they like my videos. I'm just like, I don't know why. I feel like I don't say anything interesting. Anyway, in my rant, my last grocery haul, I ranted about things, and then I mentioned weight loss, I think, and a few people wanted to know what I was doing. So this video is dedicated to the literal 3 people that asked me to make a video about what I did to lose 20 pounds in a month. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this by saying, if you think that I would like to hear about what I should and shouldn't be doing as far as weight loss goes, you are grossly mistaken. And I, in fact, am so annoyed thinking about what people could potentially say that I am going to go ahead and draw the standard. Here's the line, here's the boundary. If you say anything to me about what I should and shouldn't be doing, probably stop, because I'll just block you. Even you've been watching my channel for years, if you think that I want to hear anything about, that's why I'm so hesitant to share, because people are so like, oh my God, about weight. I hate making videos like this. I hate it. But for those of you that desperately wanted to know, I'm stepping outside of my shell, putting myself up for some possible judgment, the unwelcome judgment, just for you, because I do care about you so much. So you can sense some annoyance in my video right now, and that's not directed at you. That's directed at anybody that's potentially thinking that I want to hear anything they have to say about my weight loss. Baby's awake. Right, when I tell you I don't have time, that's an understatement. There's like 500 things that I need to be doing that are like a need, not a want. And here I am trying to feed the baby while I make this video that I'm reluctant to make. Much like you don't usually get after someone for overeating, I would hope that you wouldn't get after someone for undereating, especially if they are overweight. It is not a bad thing to starve yourself, even though technically that's what I'm doing. But you get with your healthcare provider and they'll tell you what caloric, usually it's like 1200 if you're living a pretty sedentary lifestyle. So anyway, long story short, all I'm doing is using MyFitnessPal and eating at a calorie deficit. I ate at a calorie surplus for the last, I don't know, 4 years. I gained and lost and gained and lost and gained and lost. In between the boys and the girls, I was back down to pre-pregnancy weight from my first pregnancy, but then I gained and then I lost and I gained and lost, okay? Lots of kids in the last 4 years has caused myself to be overweight. And I don't function well when I'm overweight. I don't feel as energetic. I'd like to be energetic. I'd like to feel healthy. And with me, that comes with being lighter on my feet. I have a terribly bad back, terribly bad knees, and those things hurt because I'm overweight. And there's this whole thing about, oh, you shouldn't fat shame and whatever. It's not fat shaming. Some obese people function perfectly fine, and they run around doing whatever they want to do with no pain, no issues, whatever. For me, that is not the case, and my healthiest is not when I am overweight, because I can literally feel it taking its toll on my joints, my hips, my back, my knees. Not to mention I'm extremely tired, and I have to keep up with a lot of little kids. So it's not necessarily about being heavy or not. It's about how I feel, which should be anyone's drive to stay or change the way they are ever, is about the way they feel. If you don't like the way you feel, then change it. Simple. I've always been that way. Like I was really bad at running. I hated running, but I knew I needed to run for the military, so I went outside and I ran, because I was not good at running because I never ran, because I hate running. So I went out and I ran. You just do things you don't want to do to get to where you want to be. It's part of life. So I'm eating at a calorie deficit. I'm eating about 1,200 calories a day. Not totally true, because sometimes when I go to log my MyFitnessPal, I've only eaten like 890 calories for that day, but those are on really bad days where she won't sleep. I've almost got her asleep, I'm too afraid to set her down in the swing because she won't stay asleep, and so I just sit in the rocking chair, and then I migrate to the bed where I'm like sitting on an incline, and I pass out of sleep, and then I wake up, try to log, and then MyFitnessPal won't even let me log when my calories are that low because they think that I'm like, I don't know what they think. It reminds me of DJ on Full House or Topanga on Boy Meets World when they're doing these crash diets and like wearing sweatsuits and vigorously working out. I'm not doing that. I'm eating at a calorie deficit, intentionally starving myself. I'm hungry most of the day. What's hunger, really? I've felt stuffed at points too, and like no one has ever criticized me for feeling like I've stuffed myself, which I've done plenty of times. But for some reason, when I tell people that I'm eating at a calorie deficit and I feel hungry most times, they're like, that's not good. I'm just like, well, for me, neither was overeating, and nobody ever told me not to do that. Anyway, so if I can start sleeping at night, I'm really not sleeping very well. Hopefully I'll be able to start being more physically active. I kind of am physically active in the way that I have to run up and down the stairs 800 times a day, and I'm just trying to clean the house all the time after 4 little kids, but I'm not actively doing workouts. I did, when I wasn't eating at a calorie deficit, I did a workout, and then it was just like, I could hardly even, Paisley, you know what I'm talking about? I was doing the walk. Paisley, my friend Paisley showed me this on her video. Actually, I linked the video that has her, I'll link the video in my description. Anyway, she showed me this walk video on YouTube that I did that totally destroyed me. But when I start sleeping better at night, I hope to be more physically active, and then I can eat more calories. But because to lose weight, you burn more calories than you consume. And to be at a sedentary state where I'm not physically working out because I can't, because I don't sleep, and I feel like I'm gonna pass out, and I'm really tired, I can't even stand up and do the dishes, I'm so tired because I don't sleep very much. There's no way that I could feel like I can safely work out with having to watch a bunch of kids. So I don't work out. So instead, I go on MyFitnessPal, and I chose, oh, you fake coughing? Are you fake coughing? And I chose that I have a sedentary lifestyle, which isn't entirely true because I do kind of walk around the house a lot. And I just eat whatever I want. And then if I tap out at my calories for the day at 4 p.m., then I guess I'm just done eating for the day, and I call it fasting, and I just fast the rest of the day. I don't know that I would be able to eat at such a strict calorie restriction if I didn't have 4 kids. There has been very few times that I was able to sit down, and then once I sat for a while, I'm like, I think I'd like some snacks. I'd probably start snacking if I could, but then somebody cries, or somebody's throwing something into the HVAC unit out back, or just all these crazy things happen that I have to get up and go tend to them. So my hunger, I'm distracted most of the day. With ongoing hunger, it's not totally like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I feel nauseous when I'm genuinely really, really hungry, which happens a couple times, in which case I eat, right? But I have a feeling of hunger, like, I could eat something most of the day. Where I'm really, really hungry only happens like 3 times a day before breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's when I eat. I don't eat a lot, but I don't eat little. I gave some examples here at the end of the video that I'll do a voiceover as to what I kind of ate during the day. I don't even know that I ended up vlogging much that day, but usually my day looks like breakfast, I'll have an egg, maybe 2 eggs and some vegetables. And then if I'm really, really hungry and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry, I'll have a string cheese. Very little, right? I know. But that's how I'm able to lose weight, because I'm eating at a calorie deficit. Now, you'll hear people tell you, oh, if you eat a calorie deficit, it's a crash diet, you're gonna starve yourself, and then you're just gonna binge eat and you'll get it all back. Well, sure, if you binge eat. If you don't have a cheat day or a cheat meal, if you just genuinely stick with your 1,200 calories a day, you are going to lose weight. There's no question about it. So I've done diets in the past, like the Atkins diet. That shows how old I am. It's not keto. It wasn't called keto always. It was, I know keto and Atkins are a little different. Anyway, I did the Atkins diet when it came out. I've done a bunch of different diets. When I was in the military, you had to be under a certain weight, so I would do a certain diet and all this kind of stuff, right? But it was never quick. I would step on the scale, I would be I would be like under a pound, or I would have even gained weight or just stayed stagnant. And I'm like, this is not happening fast enough. I need like instant gratification. That's why I'm doing such an extreme calorie cut of 1,200 calories a day, because I need it to happen quickly or I'm going to be unmotivated. That's just how I operate. I will lose weight if I only eat 1,800 calories a day, but I want it to happen fast. Otherwise, I'm not. I want it to be over with as soon as possible. So once I'm back down to the weight where I feel like I can function better, my back's not aching, my knees aren't creaking, I will eat like a normal person again and just maintain my weight at what like 2,000 calories a day, 2,200 calories a day, something like that, depending on your height, your activity level, and all this. And I won't always have to eat at a calorie restriction. But until I get to that point, I want to eat at a calorie restriction. I want it to happen quickly because I don't want to be on a diet and counting everything in MyFitnessPal forever. I don't want it to be forever. So according to my weight loss and how many pounds I've lost and how many pounds I'll continue to lose, I will probably be back to pre-pregnancy weight by January. And all I'm doing is eating 1,200 calories a day or less. I'm restricting my calories. I'm not. If I want a piece of chocolate, I'll eat a piece of chocolate. If I want a piece of birthday cake, I'll eat a piece of birthday cake. But when I log it, I'm conscious and I'm aware that if I put myself over on the calories, I'm not going to be able to eat. So I try to make very deliberate choices as far as what I'm eating. Empty calories, like a cookie is not going to keep me very full, and it's a lot of calories. So I want something heavy like eggs or avocado to keep fats and proteins keep you full longer. So I try to eat a fat or a protein to keep me feeling full longer, because I am hungry most of the time, or at least a little hungry, So that's annoying, but I get over it, and I think that I'm successful simply because I don't have a choice. I don't sit there. I'm not idle most of the day. I'm always running around doing something silly because of the kids, and I think that's why I'm successful in this. I think most people, if they tried to do a 1,200 calorie restriction for their diet, if they didn't have something keeping them busy, I feel like they would probably crash and end up on Sunday sitting there watching the football game and chowing down on so much food that they totally threw off their whole week of calorie restriction. But as long as you stay at the calorie restriction for several months consecutively, or weeks, or however long it takes for you to get to where you want to get, you will get there. Every diet will work if you do it. For me, I want to be able to eat whatever I want. If I want candy, if I want a bowl of cereal, I want to eat it. I don't want somebody to say, you can't have carbs, because I get real cranky. So I just do whatever I want. I drink my coffee however I want. I was drinking it, if you're on Instagram, I was drinking it with just heavy whipping cream. And I do, if I'm getting close on my calories for the day, I'll do the heavy whipping cream instead of my sweetened condensed milk. But a lot of times I want my sweetened condensed milk. So I'll have my sweetened condensed milk coffee because I want it. I don't want anybody to tell me I can't have it. But I just am mindful of that for the rest of the day with what I'm eating, because I know that it'll make me reach my calorie count sooner than, a piece of cheese would. Does that make any sense? I just talked your ear off. I was trying to tell you what I ate in a day. So breakfast would be like 2 eggs and some vegetables. And then if I'm super, super hungry, maybe I'll have some string cheese 2 hours after that. Then for lunch, I'll usually do one of those power bowls, which average about 300 calories for the power bowl. And then toward the evening, maybe if I'm hungry, I'll have a English muffin, both sides of the English muffin, and a tablespoon of almond butter. That's actually pretty filling. And that's only about 200 calories, I think. I'll have that as a snack, and then that'll get me into dinner, which whatever I make for them, like maybe I'll have a chicken thigh, and I'll load the chicken chicken thigh. Or if there's pizza, I will have 1 slice of pizza, because 1 slice of pizza is about 300 calories, depending on what kind of pizza you have. And I will just eat kind of whatever of the dinner that they're making, and I will I'll eat a lot of vegetables if I'm making a lot of vegetables, right? But I will just kind of pick out whatever dinner. So some eggs and vegetables in the morning, sometimes eggs and fruit. Sometimes I'll do one of those dole, you know what I'm talking about? The acai. I can't believe I'm paying for this. When my husband said that in grocery haul. Anyway, that's 220 calories, I think. So I'll either have like that for breakfast or the eggs or something. But it's about 300 calories for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which then leaves me with about 300 calories to play with. So I'll have like a 200 calorie sweetened condensed milk coffee, or a 200 calorie English muffin snack, or a 200 calorie piece of cake or a cookie that I want. But usually each of my 3 meals is about 300 calories, and then I have 300 calories to kind of play with and be lenient with. And that's what I'm saying. That's what happens on the days where I only log like 900, 890, 900-ish calories, because I didn't get to have those snacks because my day was just that crazy that I didn't. And then I go to sleep on only 800 calories. And then sometimes I'll fill that 800 calories, sometimes I'll fill that calorie breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then the 300 extra calories sometimes will be one of those Greek yogurt Oikos cups. That's like 220 calories, I think. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just restricting myself because I'm not working out vigorously. I'm just kind of tending to the children and cleaning the house and eating at a calorie deficit until I get to where I don't feel like my whole body is going to fall apart just from holding my own weight up. And then once I'm back to whatever weight that ends up being that feels good to me, then I will just eat like a normal person again, and I won't have to log things in my fitness pal obsessively. That's not really obsessive. There are days when I don't do it because I'll eat the same thing as I did the day prior, and I know that I'm about 1,200 calories in because I'll eat the same-ish things. But that's all I'm doing. And you will lose weight. You will lose weight. You don't have to work out. You don't have to stay away from carbs. You just have to eat less calories than you use. Simple. But some people want to feel full and satiated all day long, and they don't like the feeling of hunger, so maybe like Atkins or something would be better for them, where they stay away from carbs mostly and all that kind of stuff. But I can't stay away from anything. I don't want people to tell me what I can and can't eat. I would rather just eat a little less of each thing and still have my piece of cake, but maybe just a spoonful of it if I'm at my calories for the day. Does that make any sense? All right, so this was longer than I thought it was gonna be. And it was long overdue, so I'm sorry it took me so long. In fact, I'm gonna go have one of those healthy choice TV dinners right now. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. For breakfast, I had an Oikos yogurt and a 5-hour energy, about 300 calories, not really like 220 calories, because that 5 hours only 4 calories. This is 190 calories. This was a snack I had later on because my breakfast wasn't very heavy. As you can see, all I had was yogurt. So I ended up snacking on one of that 190 calorie kind bar, a 70 calorie circle cheese. Then a few hours later, I really needed some coffee again. Probably the most unhealthy thing I do is pound the caffeine. That's just how it is. And then I'll have one of these healthy choice bowls. This one's I think 330 calories. Nope, 340 calories. That's what I eat. That's like my most substantial meal of the day, which happens in the afternoon. And then I didn't show what I had for dinner that night, and I honestly don't even remember. It could have been anything from one slice of pizza to maybe a chicken thigh and some vegetables. I picked it dinner a little bit. If I made like a casserole that's made with condensed canned soup because it's very heavy, I could have just had like a spoonful of that and this and that and the other. Joanne, you are so cute. Anyways, it's not very exciting, and I just kind of she's fake laughing, and I love it. So each one of my meals is about 300 calories. That's what happens. And then I have about 300 calories spare, which I usually use for my fancy coffee or a cookie or something fun and interesting like that, or something more substantial if I'm feeling very hungry. And that's what my day looks like. You're so cute. All right, guys, bye.